I think you just keep starting new games.
What? Just keep spending more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a good solution.
It's the endorphin rush that hooks you in. You just need to play something where you just need to build an absolutely fuck off massive army, because that's
Goblin Town.
No, I mean a game where you actually build a massive army, fucking recreate Waterloo or something.
Jesus Christ.
Hating all of them. That's what you need to do.
Sounds perfect.
Oh, good morning. Welcome to the Hobby Breakfast Show, kicking off your morning with Wargaming Chat. Your hosts, as always, this morning are myself, Onod. We also have AT.
Hello.
And the Mayor.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are doing possibly our worst idea.
Worst idea ever.
Or is it the best?
No. The best banner tier list in Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game. The tier list everyone has been clamouring for. We'll be back with that after
nobody else has mentioned.
Yeah, there's a reason no one else has done it.
There's a gap in the market, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Oh, hobby! Look at this. So much hobby. Mayor, do you want to start?
Well, my hobby was summed up by eventually buying the Gallodark box from my local GW. It being the only box they received. That was my whole hobby. So buying minis counts, as we've established before.
How much did you bribe the manager to give you that?
He was just a really nice guy. Genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Just a nice bloke.
Considering they're a Games Workshop employee, that's really saying something.
Wow.
I think he agreed to shout him out on the pod. I think that was the fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to W manager called.
Yeah.
Don't know if we actually want to give away his name.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to fight. I mean, maybe they will. Shout out to
I need to bleep that now, but we'll see. if we just keep saying just
Who's editing this?
Me. We might actually say Mayor edits this one. He can do his first podcast edit.
Make Sebastian edit it.
Oh, well, there we go. I'll talk about my hobby next. We'll save OT, big boy painter.
Crack-addled maniac.
Yeah. I've painted a few things. I've painted another Burrows and Badgers miniature. I've only got 4 left to do now.
Wow.
Pretty huge. I literally have about 5 warbands.
See, I get so much flack for my just overspending, ridiculously late-stage capitalism problem.
But 5 warbands of Burrows and Badgers is 20 miniatures, which you've literally painted this week. So
it's true.
Yeah. Pipe down. Painted her. I don't really know what to say about her. She was another Burrows and Badgers miniature. At this point, they're fun to paint, but they're just animals. Very little skin though.
But some cloth.
Got some cloth. Got a bit of metal. Not much skin, so Mayor would be disappointed. I also painted some 6mm ancient Athenian cavalry, which was a thing. Yeah.
Random.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I like basing these tiny miniatures. They're quite difficult to base because you can't really do too much because then the basing just obscures the miniature. But I feel like the static grass could look better. But I think the important thing with these is you're not really meant to look at them that close.
No.
And then finally, I have painted some hobbits because OT has threatened me with blackmail to resume painting them. He actually came around to my house and threatened to break my kneecaps if I didn't.
Yeah.
It was quite violent, actually. So I painted the Mayor, as you can see.
There's so much potential for a funny edit there.
Isn't he doing great?
You just put my real life face in front of it.
It's an uncanny likeness.
It's just a picture of the Mayor.
Yeah.
But there you go. He's got his he is the most fucking swag hobbit with his fucking massive metal chain. He's pretty gangster. It's got to be said. He's going to be dropping his new album soon. We then have some sheriffs, just 4. I think my list at 350 only has 3 actually, but I bought 4, so I guess I painted 4. Yeah, they're fine. Don't really have much more to say about them. They're hobbits. They're slap chopped.
They are.
I still have
so many to go.
Like literally like almost 20 left. Oh god. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be done in the next couple of weeks so I can play a game with them before the tournament we're going to, because I think I probably need a couple of practice games with hobbits. Yeah, good. Moving on. OT, do you want to tell us about the army you painted this week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what's happened. I'm painting it at a rate I've never. I think it's slap chop, to be honest. I think like
it is. Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's twice as quick, but it almost feels twice as quick. I've painted 9 rangers this week, which you can see here, and then also the new project, which I will have finished by the time Onod starts, is Star Wars Legion, which really cool. I think we'll probably do some proper videos about it quite soon, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I've basically just done 2 chumps just to get an idea of what painting them's like, but I've done them in Slapchop with a very similar paint scheme, as you can probably tell, to the Rangers I've been doing. And yeah, I think it's gone really well. I think I need to work a bit on the basing stuff because I'm theming it around Endor and I'm not quite sure how that's going to look in the end. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. They're really cool models.
Do you get any aliens in the Rebel squads?
You do. My sniper and my sabotage dude are both aliens, and they were getting painted up next, I reckon. And then I'll do Han Solo after that.
What sort of aliens are they?
I don't know. The ones that look like Admiral Akbar.
Mon Calamari.
Ah, yes.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah. That's cool. A few of the guns are a bit bent because they're soft plastic rather than hard, but it's not too bad, and it's definitely still usable. So yeah, nothing too problematic.
Yeah, you can just bend them using a hairdryer.
Yeah. Not concerned.
Well, there we go. Wow, we're getting this hobby section's really taking off, isn't it? Gone are the weeks where we had to
gloss over
it, like one model, drag on.
We had to lie about something we've painted previously and pretend we'd done it that week.
We actually have lots to talk about, yeah.
We do.
Look at us.
So proud.
Like real humans.
Mm.
Should we move on to the main show then?
Yeah, I feel like we're all trying to put it off.
We're gonna have to do a cut.
It's a terrible idea.
We're gonna have to do a cut so that I can set the screen cap. But oh, and look at this. We have
a really badly organized banner tier list.
Yeah,
some of which are very hard to tell what they are.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I like that there's a Mordor Uruk-hai banner. Like,
yes,
so
believe
niche.
me, it took a really long time. I was thorough. You had to, yeah.
We really go searching.
Yep, proud of you, OT. Proud of you.
I wanted to do this that we would go through in order that they are written in the rule books, but OT
Well, we can do that.
Yeah, we definitely can. Like you can pick them
I've
up the
got
list.
the books in front of me.
Yeah, they are in there. I would
think
do
that
in that.
definitely makes more sense than just read them in the random order that they came to OT's head whilst he was at work.
Yeah, let's do that.
And
Don't say that.
If OT's employees are listening,
he did this.
He tapped out like a month ago, guys. Come on.
How have you not noticed?
What are the criteria we're judging this by? And also stipulation. Good vibes. These are banners that count as banners. So this model counts as a banner for the purposes of re-rolling, but not for VPs.
There has to be a healthy amount of fabric on the model, otherwise we're not counting it.
But no skin. Skin is not mandatory.
The banner has to count towards VPs for it to qualify. In the Fellowship,
No, first banner
there's-
you get to in the Lord of the Rings book is Halbarad, and what a banner it is.
Yes. So, I mean, it's a 6-inch banner,
Yeah,
which is good. They
Yeah.
get fearless,
they
and
do.
he suffers no penalty for carrying the banner.
Legendary.
Yeah, I think it's legendary. It's such a cool model. This one specifically. The banner just looks cool. The model is cool. It's a really good rule. It's legendary.
It's just fucking sick, isn't it? That's what it
It's
is.
sick.
It's just dope.
What's
Good.
next? We've
So
got Numenor. Is there anything in Numenor?
Numenor have a regular bloke with
Regular
banner.
warrior, average. It's an average.
I think it's.
I think low average.
Numenor.
Average it is. So
Ooh.
that's
I'd be thinking solid, to be honest.
really.
Well,
We're not going to have much space at the top, then, are we?
I'm thinking like if you're going like Last Alliance, this is like a good way of getting in a cheap banner.
You can get elf banners, and elves are going to be at the back line, not the front line, which is where you want your banner.
But then I suppose banners in fight for the thing is with Numenor is it's good as long as you're winning the fight because you're fight 4, strength 4, but you're low defense. So maybe banners do become more valuable in that list
That's
just because
true.
you're a bit more squishy and you're a bit more killy. So maybe it is actually low solid.
Getting rerolls on Isildur is probably quite useful as well to make sure.
Yeah, I suppose actually the force multiplier on the
That's
heroes.
going to go for every faction because every faction has heroes that could do with rerolls.
But they don't have the same power level as the Numenor heroes, which I think are some of the best in the game.
Yes, arguably. Okay, well, now it's in solid.
I think
Right.
low solid.
I
Low
think
solid.
low solid, and we can revisit it once we've done a few others.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
completely revisit this in 6 months' time.
Content.
So
Right.
then we get to Minas
Boromir's
Tirith.
next one. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, legendary.
It's legendary. There's no argument.
I think it probably is the best banner in the game, apart from the Dragon Emperor for me.
I think it's better than Dragon Emperor.
Wow, I think you're wrong. That's
He's
fine.
glorious.
He is
Yeah.
He's
fucking
so-
magnificent.
so good.
Expensive. I will say expensive. Like he's normally going to be like 210 points, but real
So
good.
6-inch +1 fight banner.
Which applies to him as
Oh,
well.
so good.
Yes, and he suffers no penalties for carrying it. Yeah, solid. By
There
which
we
I mean
go.
legendary.
Fight 7 Boromir is insane.
Next up, then, Minas Tirith bloke. I'm struggling to see. There he is. I'd say this is average.
That makes sense. Good.
Good.
Right.
Knight of Minas Tirith.
Yeah. That's trash. I'm sorry. Please don't take a Knight of Minas Tirith with banner.
I can't even see it.
It's bottom right.
But it's not going to be anymore because I've started moving them right.
Shuffled. Okay. Yeah. It's next to the Guard of Fancourt with banner. I think Cav banners are slightly worse for me because they're just a bit more expensive. And the problem,
bubble though.
yeah, it's negligible. And the main problem is you want your Knights of Minas Tirith to be charging into combat, and you're getting -1s on your rolls.
I guess you can move your banner around, which would be the point. But I
yeah.
this is the last banner that I'm taking in this list.
Yeah, I think it's very low average, if not whiff.
There we go. And then Guard of the Counting Fort guy, who I still can't find.
He was by the Knight of Minas Tirith.
Is it the one where it's like the back of the guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Weirdly, again, no model for this, so you've got to dig pretty far deep on the internet to find something, but you can.
I reckon solid above Numenor banner. I think it's fair. Getting bodyguard access.
Yeah, high defense.
So, fiefdoms is next. Now, for me, the issue of banners and fiefdoms is they all have so many rules interacting with their heroes. It just makes the banners feel a little bit less valuable. Because Prince Imrahil, he's not necessarily a must take, but I think you are going to take him a reasonable amount of time, and then he is objectively better. So you might want one for victory points.
Yeah.
I think Knight of Dol Amroth is probably whiff on horse.
As in on horse, yeah, I'd put him with. I'd actually put him below the rider of the Gondor Knights of Gondor, whatever they're called.
Yeah, on foot maybe average.
Yeah, I'd put him below the Gondor dude, but yeah, I mean it's still a fight for D6 banner, but it is expensive and it is possibly not where you want to be when you've already got a 12-inch banner.
Yeah, probably not.
A lot of the time.
The Man
You
at
got the
Arms.
Black Root. Oh, sorry. There's a Man at Arms one as well.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have a lot. You can basically take on everything other than Clansman. Man at
Jesus.
Arms. I think having to replace the pike really lets this down. Like, if
Yes,
you could just bring this, you'd be like, great,
Yeah.
I'll stick him in like the third row or something. But yeah, no, I don't think that really stands up. I can't see this model either.
No, I didn't get one for those because I didn't think we'd include them, but I'll screenshot
We
it.
can loop it in with the. You've got an Axeman there, haven't you?
Yeah, we'll just say with the Axeman,
Yeah.
they're both going in with, right?
Yeah.
Same with the Black Root Veil Archer,
Yeah.
if
I'd
there
actually-
even is one.
I'd actually say the Black Root Veil Archer is like bottom of whiff. I think that's just the worst.
Because they're not even
The
cheaper
D4 model.
and they're solo defense. They're also Courage 2, which is just pathetic. So
I think
yeah,
you have so many options to put banners on a guy and to put it on a defense 4 guy with Courage 2.
Yeah. I mean, what I will say for this one is it has a very cool sculpt. Like that actual sculpt is very cool. But yeah, I agree. It's trash.
Yeah. Warrior of the Dead, fantastic.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's not quite legendary, but it's so good for the army and it's good in the Legion as well.
It's just such an elite force. You just really want that banner, but it's not quite as good as the like extra special banners.
But they're so tough as well. Like D8 with Terror. Like if you want a banner to stick on the field, that's where you go. But yeah, I think happy and fantastic.
There we go.
Arnor.
The next one then, Warrior of Arnor. Warrior of Arnor's a bit sad because he has to give up his shield to take the banner.
Yeah.
That's so weird, isn't it? Why?
Has to swap spear and his shield.
I'm assuming this is to keep it WYSIWYG, but then they don't bother with that with a lot of other armies. So
yeah,
Because he's the only access to banner for this, it's probably a solid, isn't it?
it's got to be solid, but I think
bottom is solid.
You're sticking it
Solid.
down to
Below Numenor.
D5. I think
I suppose it's similar sort of.
yeah.
But they haven't got as good heroes, I suppose, have they?
You might argue in an Arnold list it's more important though because it's just all about buffing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I think you might be more of a death bubble in Arnor because you want to take advantage of those Malbeth saves as well. So maybe slightly above.
But then
yeah,
you are sticking
not
on a
great.
Courage 2 guy. So
Yes, and that's a problem.
Yeah, so maybe bottom of solid so far.
bottom of solid seems fair. And they have no other access. Actually, Arnor is one of those armies where you might consider taking 2, I think.
Yes.
Because you want it.
You've got so many models as well, and you need to spread it out.
Yeah.
You're a weird kind of horde army.
I think Gamling's the next one, is it?
Gambling is the
Gambling
next
is the
one.
next
Now, the
one.
big
That's
question with
legendary.
Gambling is he above Boromir?
No.
Is he above the other guy?
Yes.
Yes.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the middle, I think.
I think if this was pre-nerf, he'd be at the top, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-nerf, this might have been one of the best models in the game. Like,
Yeah.
like a heavy hero list with that much might regeneration. Holy moly!
Just doesn't quite
And then-
get it anymore.
Warrior of Rohan.
Rohan's an interesting one because the Cav banner is useful to keep up with your guys unless you're not running full Cav.
Yeah.
And then the foot guy.
I think it's just middling in solid, isn't it? Probably above Arnor, because I'd argue getting the rerolls on Cav charges is probably more important. It's more important you get those winning those fights on the Cav charges.
I feel like it's one
So-
where in the context of the list, Gambling and a Royal Guard are probably going to be
Slightly higher up.
the preference, aren't they? It's that kind of shafts
Yeah.
the lower down ones. I'd say Royal Guards goes top of solid.
Yeah,
Uh,
Royal Guard
but-
top of solids.
For both, foot and mounted.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's close there.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I suppose
it's-
it's context of the list, isn't it? Depends what you're running. Like if you're going all foot Rohan, you want those foot banners. If you're doing.
Yeah. And
Riders of
Rohan's
Théoden.
probably the only army in the game, other than bloody Rivendell Knights, that you could argue are just as comfortable being all cav as all infantry, and therefore the cav banner isn't a kind of nonsensical option as it would be in most other lists.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the comments is definitely going to disagree with our take on cav banners, but
they're a bigger base. They have bigger area.
I mean, they are correct, but I don't think it's worth it in a lot of contexts. I think just a non-infantry banner's better.
Is it the image with the grey background? Is that the one?
Yes, and then the sort of reddish one with the grey banner as well on horse.
Oh yeah.
Druiden have no banner, so the next one we get to is going to be a elf banner. So the warrior
Rivendell,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got big elf heroes.
Fantastic for me.
Ooh,
you think you'd put the?
I think getting the reroll on elves, isn't it?
I think there are very few points levels where you wouldn't want an elf banner. Like fight 5 rerolls are just very, very powerful. And when you have fewer attacks, you need to fewer high quality attacks. You want to make them more valuable. So yeah, I think
that's fair. I think the knight has to go in fantastic as well, just because the possibility of all cav. I think bottom is fantastic though.
I think I think both below the warrior of the dead with banner.
Yeah,
we have found
that also.
We have found that knight banner is very good in your list though.
Yes, it's true.
Like it does come in clutch.
True. Yeah. Yep.
You need
to play it very smart. Yeah.
Warrior, look at this. Galadrim warrior.
Same as the other elf banner, I think. I mean, they're identical stat wise, and they play a very similar role. So yeah, I put them alongside each other.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd say their cav is probably a
lower.
tier down, maybe though.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you're not going to have all knights.
No. I'd be tempted to either bottom of solid or top of average for the Galadrim.
Average, yeah.
I'm going to say bottom of solid. Do you want me to put it in top of average instead?
I think top of average. We're filling out solid quite quickly, and I think at the rate that's going.
Yeah, I think based on the fact that you can give you could, if you wanted to, give a guard a banner.
Yeah.
Would you do this? I don't know if it makes sense.
Because the problem is they lose their pike, so do they count as unarmed?
They would.
That's a really weird thing, isn't it?
I think
because they wouldn't have
use your banner as a weapon.
Because I think you can, and I think unarmed it has to specifically say you're unarmed. So I don't actually know if you would, but because I'm surprised it doesn't say like replace pike with banner and dagger or something, so at least you're armed. But yeah,
you get one more courage, which is a boon for the guard.
Yeah,
true.
But so I'd say it's very slightly better than the warrior, but not really much better. So in the same spot, basically.
And then the wood elf warrior. I think the one thing that this has is an elven cloak.
Yeah, and it's marginally cheaper by a point.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know if I would want it still. I think defense is too low. Yeah,
I think it knocks it down into like average.
I think it warrants being in solid with an elven cloak, but bottom of solid. I'd rather have one than the Galadrim Knight, and that's top of average.
I'd take this over Arnor banner. I'm putting it between Arnor and Númenor.
You reckon? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There we go. Fangorn, single tier.
Nothing in there. Nothing in the Misty Mountains.
Mountains, nothing. So it takes on
Wolves.
It has a dumb.
Yeah.
There we go.
Are we counting the King's Champion banners?
The Heralds count. Yeah.
Oh, they've got to be legendary. Maybe
they are
bottom of legendary.
I'd put them between Gambling and Halbrand.
Ooh.
Halbrand?
I don't
no, not Halbrand.
I think because they're specific. I mean, they are just banners. They're very high defense, but their one differential is only specific to the King's Champion.
I mean, but it's a banner with 2 fate points.
That's true.
I'm willing to put them in legendary, but bottom. I think the
Okay,
one thing
yeah.
that I will say about these is that they make the other dwarf banners less good value.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're taking a King's Champion and taking 2 banners, you do not need another banner. Not
Unless you're
everyone's
at super high points.
but
Yep.
yeah. So Dwarf Warrior.
Normal. I'd put in low solid
Why do we have 2 banners for the Dwarf?
because I screenshotted 2 by accident, and you can't delete images in the tier list.
Nice. Okay, I'll ignore one then. Where are we putting him?
I'd put him low solid.
Oh, solid. Look at this.
I'd say mid to high solid, to be honest.
Cool.
I mean, potentially, if you're always taking a King's Champion, then obviously it's superfluous. But if you're not, then you're definitely taking a banner.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather take him over a Numenor banner.
Okay, but below Fountain Court.
Yeah,
because you're probably getting a lot less models than Numenor as well, aren't you? And you've still got some chunky heroes.
Yep. Well, and you rely on you're often just going to rely on melee and balling up. So yeah, I think that'd be real nice.
So nothing in Wanderers in the Wilds.
No, we
So
go
now to
on
evil banners.
Evil banners.
So Orc Warrior.
Orc Warrior banner.
So evil banners just inherently worse value.
They're slightly worse, yeah.
Just by the nature of an evil force, because you're kind of always going for there's an element of quantity over quality, so you're always going to have diminishing returns.
Uruk banners are decent.
True.
For Mordor, then, you've got Black Numenorians, you've got Warg Riders, you've got Morgul Knights, and Orc Warriors.
Yep.
So the Warg Rider,
Uruk-hai and Morannon as well.
Oh right, okay, yes. So Morannon's probably the best option out of those. Maybe Numenorian.
Black Nums are the best option.
Okay, so Black Num is maybe top of solid.
I think they nibble into fantastic.
Okay. Yes. No, I think OT's right. Actually, I think.
Well, I think they have terror. Yeah, maybe. Actually.
Fight 4 D6 terror.
They're very very good. So they're fantastic. Morgul Knights are probably average.
They get terror, though, so I think we have to solid.
But then again, it's all about this. Do you want a Cav banner or not?
Our other Cav banners are in whiff, so you're not taking a Cav banner in a Mordor list, are you?
But if you're giving it terror, it must be better than the other Cav.
Yeah, top whiff.
I think
with bottom of average.
I reckon into average.
Into average. I'm putting it under the other Cavs we have in average.
Yeah, at the top. Yeah, I think that's fair. Orc Warrior.
Just a regular Orc Warrior.
Yeah.
You don't take him over Morannon, do you? And then Morannon in average?
Yeah, I think...
I think Warg Rider's a whiff as well.
Yeah, I don't think you want a Warg Rider banner, do you?
Where do you think Morannon should go? Above Warrior?
I think Morannon may be next to the Morgul Knight.
Yeah.
There is also, one we've forgotten, the Blackguard of Barad-dûr can take a banner.
Oh yeah.
The
high defense.
They're strength 5 and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. But is strength 5 that important on the banner?
Oh no, I think he's massive overkill. I don't think it's a good banner. I think it's worse than a normal orc banner because it's more expensive.
You reckon?
Yeah.
High defense though, more survivable.
It's true, but you're then paying 37 points for a banner rather than 31 or whatever.
It's quite expensive.
They're kind of over.
I still think they can make average though. I'm
just
of average.
Yep, I think that's fair.
We do have
Angmar.
Angmar
so there's an Angmar orc banner that I put in. I can't remember which image it is.
There's a Warg banner as well.
Yeah.
Warg banner's again in whiff.
Yeah, we put them in whiff, yeah.
But weirdly, for the orc banner, I mean, it's your only way to get a banner in this, and you're always taking one because there's no other option. So for that reason, I think maybe it's even a solid. Yeah.
Yep. I think
not sure about
similar
solid. Because your troops are still just orcs.
It's the only option.
Similar to Arnor.
It is similar to Arnor. Well, this is Arnor. Oh, well, sorry, Angmar, close. Yeah, it is similar to Arnor, actually.
and it's your only option, and it's probably the best of a bad lot.
I think it's more useful in Arnor because you've got so many more supporting units than just regular troops. Whilst Arnor is basically just regular troop spam with one king and one buffing guy.
You got some pretty smashy
You've
models
got,
in Angmar as well. Yeah, Gerber.
Yeah.
No, sounds good.
Mordor Uruk Hai.
I wouldn't take him over Morannon, really, because they're
average or whiff, probably.
They're lower defense. I'd maybe low average next to the Blackguard of Barad-dûr.
I think top of whiff. I think he has a similar issue to the Axeman, which is just he's in a list with so many banners. It's like, why would you take him over the others?
Yeah, because actually here we will end up with some banners higher up, which are like statistically worse than other banners, but just because of the list they're in and the context.
Even if you wanted the extra courage point, you might as well pay a little bit more to get the 2 higher defense of a Blackguard of Barad-dûr. So I think that's everything. Yeah, so Moria has the stipulation of only within the Legendary Legions do these.
These are super conditional banners.
You not get a. Oh, you can't actually take a banner on a warrior.
No, because of the drums.
Yeah,
they replace.
I mean, thing is,
I think within the Legendary Legion they are very good banners.
Yes,
but I played the Legion twice, and neither person actually took them, which I was surprised by.
It's because you struggle to get enough models in at lower points with the Balrog and stuff. So I don't know. These are more arbitrary because they're the Legendary Legion and because you need to be playing at quite high points. So I don't really know.
I like their average. That's what my gut's telling me.
I think one of them is significantly better than the others because it's more mobile. I think the Black Shield drummer.
Black Shield one's good,
Yeah, so I think the Black Shield one may be low solid and the normal one mid-average.
Yeah,
I think if they affected the Balrog, they would be fantastic.
Yeah,
but they only affect goblins. As
and anything that can make the Balrog more consistent is so powerful. But
they don't. They
don't.
I think the one that can move and drum gets into solid just because it's such a big bubble.
Yeah. The Black Shield one.
I'd be putting it towards the top personally, just because it's
okay.
You can hide it and still affect stuff.
Yeah, I'll put it above the dwarf one.
I feel like I put it above Fountain Court as well, to be honest.
Wow.
I put it above all of them.
Yep, that's fine.
Is it actually fantastic? Because it's a 12-inch bubble in the Legendary Legion, isn't it?
It's very expensive. Literally, no one takes this, guys. Like, there's a reason no one takes it. It's not that good.
The Moria Black Shield drummer.
I've literally never seen it.
People do.
Okay, I'm sure they do. Yeah, but okay.
I think that the other one though is bottom of average. Not being able to move that.
Yeah.
I think that's everything in Moria. So
there's only 2 options. Isengard.
Right. So
again, you can take a Warg here, but I'm assuming we're again just leaving that in.
Yes, we are. Unless you're taking Sharku's Legion, in which case it's legendary. But other than that, so you've got Uruk-hai Scouts, Uruk-hai Warriors, Dunland Warriors, and that's it. So Dunland Warriors, just shove that straight in with. Unless you're taking it as part of the
I think it's part of the Legendary Legion.
Okay, if we're doing it as part of the Legion, then it's probably fantastic, to be honest, because
they go to 6-inch banners.
Should we take the middle grounds then and say it's middle of solid?
Yeah,
I mean, if we're taking it in the context of Legion, then I think it's fantastic.
In context of Legion, it'd be fantastic.
Let's do that. I think that's fair because you're not taking it in any of the context. Because if you're taking Isengard, then you're just taking it on a warrior. There's again the scout. I'm assuming you're only taking the scout banner if you're doing like Ugluk scouts
or Lurtz's scouts
or Lurtz's scout. Who does that? So in that context, I think it's solid because you've got high number of models, and again, it's your only access to banner. So I think it's So it's probably solid, or if not, maybe even fantastic. Up to you. And then Uruk-hai Warriors in the context of just general Isengard, if you're taking vanilla Isengard or any of the legions, that I think it's solid, or like top of solid or bottom of fantastic. Because defense 6 model, you can give him a pike, so he's 2 ranks back. Isengard, very elite army.
Yeah,
you can get it on trolls or all your massive named heroes.
Just the fact that you don't have to replace a weapon puts it top of solid.
Yeah.
I've put him next to the Royal Guard banners, but below the Black Shield one.
Oh, I think he's just top, just flat out top.
Okay. Yeah.
Being able to take the pike, I think, makes a difference because he actually serves 2 purposes. Yeah.
Cool. Glad I got to say my piece on that. The one piece of knowledge I actually own.
I mean, this is all complete shit. Like,
what are you saying? You saying that our views are not highly valued?
No, I mean, I know mine aren't.
Are you saying our listeners have poor judgment?
No,
that is definitely true. The fact that
I mean, if they have good, they can show good judgment by not listening to us.
Yes, turn this off
now.
Go do something productive. Stop wasting your life.
Wow.
Ding that bell.
And speaking of that, Dragon Emperor with the Eatlings, I think he has to be legendary.
It's the best fucking banner in the game.
I really think that I rather Boromir, but I will put Dragon Emperor top because I know that you will both say he's better.
I mean, I'm not actually sure it is, and there's a reason.
Better than Boromir.
I think it's below Boromir because
I do too.
It's a 12-inch banner, yes, but it's is it plus 1 fight as well?
Yes, but in the 6-inch bubble.
Is that actually the banner though, or is that just the model?
What?
What? No, it's the range from the base.
No. But does the plus 1 fight come with the banner? Because you lose the banner when the palanquin gets destroyed. So we could argue that.
It's on the palanquin. It's not on the Dragon Emperor.
Okay.
Yeah. So he loses that when it's taken down. So they're both plus 1 fight in a 6-inch radius. They're both a banner, but the Dragon Emperor's is an extra 6 inches. But you're going from essentially a 12, 13.5-inch diameter to like a 28 diameter, which is just unnecessary almost. So I'd argue the value per inch is a lot less the higher it goes. But what doesn't Boromir's banner do something else? I can't remember.
No, but he doesn't get any negatives to fighting with it, so he still remains a bigger combat beast than Emperor, arguably.
The Dragon Emperor is at least 30 points cheaper, though.
Yeah, and Boromir with all his might and stuff.
Boromir might knock down. I think you get better value out of that banner in a Ministerial list. Like, Easlings, like the Black Knights are good, but they're not like exceptional, are they?
Well, I mean,
you've got really high fight as well.
Yeah, you can get them to fight 5, which I know you can also do in Gondor. Like, I think actually, to be honest, they're probably kind of equal because they serve very similar roles, and they both get the army to fight 5.
I think it's as much of a muchness, isn't it? It's just
they're
interchangeable.
I think for the memes, we put Dragon Emperor on top.
To be honest, if we were going to make another tier, like super legendary, those two would be the only two in it because, like, I think they're in a different.
Why don't we just do that?
Sphere to all the rest. I think we've got a sufficient number of tiers. Regular
Easting Bloke. I mean, if you're taking Dragon Emperor, he's not necessary, but obviously there is a world without the Dragon Emperor that some people choose.
Maybe Fantastic.
Whoa.
Like, if you're Eastlings, you're pipe blocks, you're trying to stack up as much dice in a single fight as you can. With Dragon Emperor and Dragon Knights, like, you're going to be really high fights.
Would you wait to put the Black Dragon in Fantastic because you get the Courage 4, though?
Yes, maybe put them in Fantastic and the Warrior in Solid.
Banner.
I'm going to put the normal Eastling low solid. I'm putting him next to like the Wood Elf banner, and I'm going to put the Black Dragon above the Numenorian or below the Numenorian. Below the Numenorian.
I think
I would have said Fantastic,
but I don't think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, sorry, the Black Numenorian I meant in Fantastic.
I don't think he's as good as the elves.
No,
not quite. He's close, but the fact that you get the Dragon Emperor banner kind of makes it superfluous a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the
He's
Cataphracts
Cataphract.
with...
Yeah, you're never taking that in this list, are you? There's a
Yeah.
reason to take the drama, but not the banner.
They can take a Black Dragon upgrade, but I didn't bother putting that in because I assumed that would also be with.
I was just thinking, actually, the Cataphract. I have seen some people take a Dragon Knight on horse, and then like some Cataphract and a Cataphract with a banner as like a really mobile deployment drop, death ball thing. So maybe top of whiff for the Cataphract.
Yeah, I've put them very top of whiff.
I think that's reasonable. Variags of Canned.
I don't know if I don't think they can take one.
No,
they can't.
They count as having a banner.
Yeah,
but they
don't all of them.
Actually, no, they're king. Weirdly, they all have banners, but their king
none of them have
counts as having a banner rather than having a banner. They should definitely just give him a banner.
Well, no, they count as being in range of a banner, but he doesn't count as a banner for
yes,
PPs,
no, but what I'm saying is that should be the rule because they have very clearly given him.
He literally has a banner. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, honorary mention.
Yeah, honorary mention. Real sad. Saladin though, I think he's got to go up into the big boy league.
Fantastic.
I think he's a legendary.
I think he's next to Gambling for me.
Yeah.
I'd put him below our Win Ever Star banner, personally.
You reckon?
But he's
a 6-inch banner with
I don't know actually.
Low -1 to the duels, and he's in a
put him above it. Yep, below Gambling. He's really good. I mean, pretty much everyone who takes Serpent Horde takes him.
Yeah,
he's very strong.
Yeah. Well, not pretty much, literally everyone.
Golden King, which
that is trash.
I
didn't put an image of it. Is he a banner?
Yes, he is a banner. The Golden Throne.
This is a banner. It literally says this is a banner. Okay, I'll get a picture.
Well, I'm not going to be able to refresh now because it will reset the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So there's no point.
Okay. I think you use the spare dwarf as the Golden King.
The Golden King, great.
He's got a golden helmet.
I think he's quite good. I think
for 130 points for a 3-inch banner.
Well, you say that, but he's got 2 bases, so there's a bit of jack there.
He's a 4-inch banner.
Well, you're getting basically 2 banner sitters, aren't you? Like placements.
No.
He doesn't get -1 for carrying it, and I think that's good. He's courage 4 with 2 fates. I mean, all of these are reasons why we put that fucking dwarf up in legendary.
Yeah, I think he's average.
But that dwarf is 35 points. The Golden King is 130.
How do you work out that the dwarf with the shield is 35 points?
Well, because if you take the King's Champ to be 70 points,
right, okay,
then the 2 banners are 35 each.
That's a lot for a banner. Well, no, it's not actually. It's 10 points plus 25. No,
I think having a 4-wound banner with 2 fades, I'm sorry, but he's got to be in fantastic. I say bottom.
130 points.
No.
He's got 4 wounds. He's got Burley.
No.
The guy is good.
I think because of the context of the army, because you've got Saladin.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a banner, you're not going to the Golden King, are you?
Not over Saladin, but
then we're looking at it in the context, and
we'll say solid.
Yeah.
Very bottom of solid.
Yeah.
Well, he's above a few in solid, I think.
Okay, your choice, but he's definitely nowhere near the top. Then you've got Warriors and Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, Warriors probably lower than most of the other Warrior comparisons because you've got Saladin, and then Raider obviously with.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone in.
It's interesting because Mummoks have a banner effect, but aren't a banner.
The Warrior, I guess, near the top of average, above all the other random rubbish banners. Sorry, below, because he's less useful, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm going to put him.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Happy with that.
Harad then.
Farhad.
Yeah, weird one. Mahud Warriors, Mahud Raiders. I mean, I would argue putting a banner on the camel is less bad than on a cav for most armies, because
Of impact hits.
I mean, yeah, they're just better than cav. I think they do have. Well, it's not awful defense, but they're defense 5, so elf bows are winning on 5s and stuff, which isn't great.
They're low courage too, just a bit of an Eve.
Low courage, so maybe top of whiff for the Mud Raiders. It's still not your first choice for a banner.
I think they sneak into average.
Yeah, potentially sneaking to average. And then because you've got half trolls and stuff, Mahud Warriors with a banner are probably going to be a must take for the army. They're your only choice, so I would argue middle of solid, top of solid.
Yeah.
I think, are they more valuable than an Angmar banner?
I think they're similar.
We'll put them there then.
They're maybe just below it because you haven't got the hard hitting heroes that Angmar have.
Yeah.
But you've got a line of half trolls, which is good. They're fight 5.
No more banners in the Army of Middle-earth, so we now turn to the scum in the Hobbit book, the plebs.
So we've missed Corsairs and Sharky's Rogues don't have any there.
Really hard to get pictures of Hobbit banners because nobody collects any of these apparently.
They never made them.
They never made them.
Are we skipping over Scary the Shire?
There are no banners there.
There are no banners.
Can you not get Ruffian banners?
No.
Interesting. I would have thought they'd need it.
Yeah, I mean that list
Ruffians
needs a
need
lot.
many things.
Yes.
Yeah. Just not courage buffs.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in Thorin's company.
Should we just go through them then in the order that I have left? So the Grimhammer banner.
Yes.
Probably good.
Are they there? Are they? Can we not just do them in the order?
But that is the order they appear in.
Okay, I've got it in front of me. So yes, Grimhammer is actually the next one, along with Warrior of Erebor, both of which are options. It's all the Army of Thror stuff, which is all really good heroes, really good dwarves. So they're probably pretty good here. Probably fantastic. Defense 7.
But the army bonus for Thrors is that Thror is a 6-inch banner, which I think makes all other banners. No, not for VPs. So that is a thing to consider. But he's a 6-inch banner, and he's going to be in virtually every list you take, and I think that makes all other banners worse.
Down from fantastic, then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I still think because in a competitive list, you're going to want a banner for VPs regardless.
I don't know if you do, because there really aren't that many banner VP scenarios. Like, there are only like 3 or 4. And like it's a lot to dedicate to your army. Like, you're dropping basically 2 or 3 dudes to take that banner, and a lot of the time, unless you're at high points, I don't think it's that valuable.
I think quite a lot of Thrall lists do actually miss out the banner.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I think I think like they're both solid. I think they're both quite low solid. But because they're dwarf banners, maybe even high average. I don't know.
I'm just going to plop them in where the other dwarf banners are.
Okay, that's quite high up. I'd put them a bit lower, but yeah,
we can just leave them there.
Sure.
What's next one?
Iron Hills. Iron Hills is the next one. So you've got just standard Warrior of Iron Hills, and then you've got Goat Riders.
Oh, Goat Rider, which I didn't put in.
AT hasn't done it.
They're probably in a similar place, but Goat Rider's probably a bit lower. I wouldn't worry. Iron Hill Dwarf Warrior, probably fantastic.
Yeah, you need him.
Really elite force. You've got Dane, who's obviously a very elite hero. You've got Spears, but you're going to want the rerolls, and it's your only option. So definitely fantastic, I think.
We're in fantastic.
Probably
above the elves.
High. Above the elves, below Dunharrow.
Above the elves, wow.
because
I don't know about that actually.
Actually, yeah.
No.
I think
I
because
think
it's
blow the elves.
the
Blow the
option.
elves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's bomb are fantastic.
Or I think you'd absolutely. The thing is, because you're basically your only option, and you need a banner in that list. Like, I think that pushes it above the other ones, all of which have like alternate options.
Yeah, I think the more options you have, the more their value is sort of diluted a little bit. Whereas this is like that guy is your sole option and guarantee pretty much regardless of what points value you're playing, as long as it's 300 points up, you're probably taking a banner.
Yeah, fair. What's up next then? Is it Dale?
It is Erebor Reclaimed, which has no banners, and then we've got Army of Lake Town.
They don't have banners either.
Okay, skipping through them. I'm surprised they don't have banners.
So the master can make people. I think he counts as a banner if he spends will points.
Okay,
so
then we've got Dale. So we've just got Warrior of Dale, and that's literally it. I think. No, have they got a Cav banner as well?
I don't know. They don't have Cav. I'm worried Knights of Dale might be able to take a banner.
I don't think Knights can take a banner.
So Warrior of Dale, it's your only option. You've got spamming models. Your hero choice isn't that amazing in terms of re-rolling in combat.
With Defense of the North, though, when you get the other two ones, it becomes slightly more useful.
Yes, this is true. I think it's probably either bottom of Fantastic or
because it is a shooting army. Do you think that kind of slightly diminishes it a little bit?
I think because they're fight 4 and they're flimsy, I think they're either high solid or low fantastic for the banner. Because again, those rerolls are very valuable if your troops are more flimsy and higher fight.
Yeah, they're defense 4 base, defense 5 with a shield. Defense 5 with a shield is average, but yeah,
but not great when you're paying like up to 10 points for a model.
Yeah.
And then we've got the L. The OT couldn't find an image of one holding banner.
No, yeah, we've got Rivendell again.
No,
skip. We've already done them.
Sorry, I'm doing it in order so that everyone who's following along at home can look at it.
We don't care about them.
So yes, Mirkwood. So you've got Palace Guards with Banner who have Bodyguard, which I think, but
they're 3 points more
than
the basic dude.
Oh, okay. If we're comparing them, I mean, I reckon Bodyguard and a banner makes that worth it. Definitely on a very, very valuable model, I'd probably take that.
I'm putting just under Dunharrow.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then the normal one probably bottom of Fantastic.
Probably similar to the other guys, I reckon.
No, I think by comparison of the fact that you have the Palace Guard and the army list, it becomes less valuable because we stuck the Pajama Elf down in solid because it was less.
This is true.
You can also take a spear, which is nice.
Yeah, we forgot to do a Noldor in Exile as well, by the way.
Yeah, I wasn't. The Noldor in Exiles in Rivendell. Would you take a Noldor in Exile with Banner in Rivendell?
You get Elven Cloak on them, but they're an 8-inch move, so I'd say that they're probably top of solid. But I think I'd still, on average, rather take a 8.
I think they're similar. I don't think the move is as relevant for a banner.
It can help with positioning. I guess it depends a little bit on whether you are going to just lob everyone very tightly together, or you're going to have to hold a couple of objectives, kind of thing.
Yeah. You can take a Mirkwood Cav banner as well.
I guess we put them with the Galactic Knights in average.
Yeah, they're similar to the Knights, aren't they? Because you're not running an all Cav list. So I think that they're almost exactly the same, actually slightly cheaper, but yeah.
Just the fact your elves makes it inherently better than a man's banner, basically.
They're slightly cheaper, I'll put them just above then. And then we've just got the evil dudes.
Yep. Yes. So the first one's the Gundabad Orcs, which are basically Morannon, but with Ancient Enemies, Dwarf and Elf.
So I think they're exactly the same as Morannon then.
Yep.
But they are. I mean, Mordor have more options for banners.
They do. This is true. So it might make them slightly better. Maybe push
Yeah,
them towards.
I think
top
this
of
is your
average.
only option for banner, isn't it?
In Azog's, because I think you can always ally in a Hunter Orc with a banner if you wanted to.
But you're not doing that, are you?
I think they have to sneak into bottom of solid, don't they?
Similar to Arnor.
I'd argue, Arnor, you've got more options for banners, and
What?
in this,
You have one option.
Arnor, you've got one option for a banner.
Oh, I thought they had access to Moran, and obviously that's wrong. Yes, okay.
What are you on about?
But you've got
Morannon. They're men.
Sorry, I meant Angmar.
Yeah.
Well, you've also got Azog and Bolg, and they're probably the most terrifying heroes in the game to have to play against. And so I'd argue having a banner around them is probably a lot more important than Angmar.
Yeah, and then Hunter Orcs.
I mean, they're so low defense.
I feel like you're not doing that.
They've got to be whiff.
They're D4. Yeah.
They're dying on a 4 up to a crossbow.
Do you think that the fact that Hunter Orcs have 2 attacks, but you can spam them, just means that it's pointless taking a banner because
It's definitely less valuable, isn't it?
Like,
but also you can't take a spear or anything, and you're wasting your 2 attacks by sitting in the back as well.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I think they are bottom of whiff.
I think both of them are bottom of whiff. I think actually the very worst one is the Hunter Orc on Warg with banner. I think that's unbelievable.
Wouldn't a Hunter Orc on Warg be better than a Hunter Orc? Because it can move faster, and it can keep up with Azog and Bolg.
You can keep up with Azog and Bolg, but equally, Azog and Bolg have so much access to just ridiculous rules that allow them to just spam things like Might and.
Maybe I was too harsh.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the same as just normal Warg banners.
Which is bottom.
A little bit higher up. It's just very close to bottom of whiff.
I think they're just above it because they have much better heroes to be able to support.
Okay.
Wow.
Bit.
We did it.
Because they're still shit.
We did it.
Wow.
Congratulations to us.
That really was a tier list. Content. Glorious content. Yeah. Right, news. Oh my god. There's not a lot to talk about.
There's not a whole lot of news.
Interesting little tidbit. The Warcry box set did not sell out instantly, unlike Kill Team.
Oof.
So that's because Kill Team is just very popular, or do you think it's because
they made more?
I think it's just a lot more popular than Warcry.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
It's meant to be quite popular though. Like a lot. It is meant to be quite a big seller.
I mean, I don't think they'll have made more. So I think that they'll have made the same, presumably, as the Kill Team box. Which means it must be less popular.
True.
Yeah.
I think the Kill Team box was probably more anticipated as well because of the Beastmen, which is like something that Games Workshop haven't properly represented before, really, other than in like a Shade Spire box or something.
Blackstone Fortress.
That's the one. Yeah, but you can't like that's quite a niche little box, I think. So
wow, they still been churning that out for years. But yeah, no, getting options on them, I'm sure it's the sort of thing where I imagine I think they want it and then when they get it, they don't build it. That's how I perceive Beastmen in 40k. Everyone's like, oh, sick, look, Beastmen in 40k. And then everyone just goes back to doing what they're actually doing because who the fuck cares?
You're probably not
me.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, mine are sitting currently unmade.
I mean, to be fair, you only got them today, so I wouldn't be expecting you to like fucking build them. Maybe if OT was getting them, I'd expect them to be but
they'd be primed by now.
Yeah, there we go. New Kill Team coming out. Jesus Christ.
They didn't fucking rest on their laurels, did they?
Chill. Like next box.
Ashes of Faith.
I
Won't be
assume
getting it.
you're not going to go
What a
if you just bought the last
stupid name.
Well, that, and although you might remember ages ago, I was saying I would absolutely love for an Inquisition team to come out, but I'm not in love with the models, to be honest. I might use the rules and proxy some models because I've got some really nice Inquisition models.
No, the model kit's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last bit of news: Ahsoka Tano coming out this week for Stars Legion.
Huge.
Very nice.
There you go. Apparently, she's only mono-posed build.
I think that's all right. I think a lot of the it's quite rare for the heroes, I think, to be dual pose.
A lot of the new ones are actually.
But all the ones I've ordered from the Rebellion,
they're
single pose.
The oldest models in the range, though.
Well, I'm choosing to live in ignorance.
There you go. Yoda just comes with 2 models
because they're really small.
Yeah, they were just like, "Fuck it, we can't be asked to work out a way of making into a different pose. Just give them 2.
Give them what they want."
It really is not what I want. I have no use for the second one. I might just sell it on eBay or something.
Well, you could sell it to me. I'm always looking for new things to build.
Yeah. The only issue with that is that you would then build it and paint it. I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want
make you feel bad.
Yeah, I don't want you to build and complete my army. I have as your second army. Fuck my life. Oh, that would be depressing.
You just need to paint better and quicker. Come on.
I paint fine, thank you.
Paint faster.
It's
not hard.
Other shit to do.
Oh my god. The Ewoks after discount are still 36 quid. And I'm probably gonna need 2 boxes because they're so bloody cheap.
I'm probably gonna need 3 boxes.
That's like more than all the heroes in my army put together on like 80 points of Ewoks. Oh, they're so cute though. Look at them.
Because they're tiny little rabid rats.
Should I make more like frothing at the mouth like they got rabies?
They definitely do have rabies.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, well that really was an episode. Fuck me.
Ding that bell.
Would you rather redo
fight an Ewok in a phone box or Chewbacca or Chewbacca on an intercity train?
Wow. Ewok.
With Ewok, yeah.
Yeah.
Rip your arm off.
Thing is, I think you could run away from Chewie because I think he'd get stuck in like the doors. They're not Wookiee sized. And in the train, you could probably run far enough away.
Does Chewie have his bowcaster?
No. No, you're all unarmed. You can't have weapons. That'd be ridiculous.
You're fully nude as well.
Yeah. Well, Chewie would be very much an advantage there.
Yeah.
Would Chewie be shaved?
No.
Okay.
His fur isn't clothes. It's part of him.
What does a Wookiee look like if you shave them?
Probably like that shaved bear photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the one.
Do you think they're wrinkly?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Somewhere on the internet, there's a website for you, Onod.
Oh god, no. No, I'm not that keen to find out, thanks.
Okay. It's your funeral.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. What an episode. What a note to end. Next week, we'll be back with God knows what.
Hang on, let me check the schedule. It's Isengard, only about a month late because Mayor couldn't be bothered to put the slides together.
I mean, do we
finished it.
Yeah, do we want to make that promise?
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll promise it, and then I'll have to do it, won't I?
It's going to be Angmar because that's the next one I'm doing.
I think let's do a tier list of all the models that count as banners for our. That's what we'll come back with next week.
Okay, no, this and then the final one will be a tier list of non-banner models.
Every model in the game that can't take a banner. But we rate them on how good they would be if they could take a banner.
If they were a banner. Sauron would be S tier banner.
If Sauron could take a banner. We'll give him -1 to fight though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
You've been listening to the Hobby Breakfast Show.
Why?
I pity you.
It's a valid question. We're leaving now to go and play Rocket League.
Come and join us.
It's goodbye from AT.
Yeah, bye.
It's goodbye from
Bye.
and it's goodbye from myself. Like and subscribe and ding that bell.
Peace out.